Oh, Reddit. See if we can't get some work done. After I change something real quick. Maybe that'll help. We'll see. Hey, Evan. Carl Gibson here with Delineations. How are you doing? Yeah, not a problem. I can. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. You got a few minutes to talk about your project here? Excellent. So I got your comments back, and a lot of those are more than fine. A lot of the stuff that we're showing is more for planning, and it's not going to be shown on the actual construction documents, mostly because it's not in the scope of what we're pricing or what you're building at the time. So what Yeah, and so like the shelving and your little conference room hive there are more we're showing it right now so that we can be sure that it is planned correctly, so that when you're ready to put those things in, you don't have a oh hold on a second moment to where all of a sudden you don't have any room for that. The so all that stuff, we're not really designing that, we're taking that just straight off of SketchUp. We put the stairs in so that we can plan for that in case you do have to put stairs in order to reach the mezzanine. I know your plan is to have a ladder for that, but just in case, we want to make sure you've got enough room, and that if you do have to put those in, that you're okay with the way that the space works. So in regards to the square footage, I think our square footage, our area line was outside, and I think what we would typically do is on the inside of that. So it's actually going to be less than 1,600 square feet, because the 40 by 40 is from the outside of the frame. So that line that we took was just to the outside. And then regarding the verbiage in terms of mercantile and office and warehouse, I went and looked at code requirements in terms of what we could get away with having single bathrooms as opposed to double bathrooms, and I wasn't able to get a really good clarified answer from them. So maybe if you have some good documentation on your discussion using the business usage. I have this currently set as mercantile because under the mercantile usage, you do not have to have 2 restrooms regardless of how much square footage there is. So if you have, yeah, go ahead. Yep. Right. Right. So there's a couple of things that I want to address there. First of all, everyone that I talked to at City of Dallas can't find that documentation on the 1,500 square foot threshold. So if you have that in writing from someone and could send that to me, that would be great. The other issue is going to be that this is going to be dependent on who does your building inspection. The way that the code reads is that if storage is under a certain percentage of use, like if it's only like 100 square feet or 150 square feet, and it's not a pass-through space, then it is considered usage of the space that enters into it. Which means that if you have office space that's 1,500 square feet and you have a storage closet that enters from office, and that office and that storage is 100 square feet, then it's considered 1,600 square feet of office. And that's the way that the code reads. So if you have it in writing that that's what they're going to try to uphold, that would be really good to have come inspection day. We can document it that way, but that's going to be something that we need to be prepared for come time to deal with that. Yes. So if you have that, that's great. We can go ahead and document it that way. Not a problem at all. I can switch it back to. Do you know for sure that they're going to have a problem seeing mercantile for the use group? Yep. Right. Okay. Would you be able to send that to me so that we could take a look at that? Not because we don't believe you, we just want to be sure that we have the wordage right and we have it set up in the documentation properly. Because we could do it as business or as mercantile. Honestly, office fits under both of those, the way that the use group in the code is set up. So the only real difference is that mercantile is set up to be more like what you're doing, and gives you a better it gives you a lower ratio, occupancy ratio, so you don't have to worry about that double bathroom thing. Really, the business it's interesting that this all went down this way, because mercantile is specifically set up to not require multiple bathrooms, for one for men, one for women, and while office is required. Is usually set up to require that. So, but I hear what you're saying, because we did the same thing on our office, where we are set up as business in the use group, but we technically have only one restroom because we're underneath that same threshold. But they had it documented, and I was able to, kind of point to them. Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. Okay, sounds great. So, and then I think other than that, we have your doors. We'll take care of your doors, standard metal exterior doors. That's fine. And on the exterior doors, do you want a glass light? So I'm sorry. Do you want glass light? Light is like a not like light source light. When I say sorry, that's an architectural term. The glass. You want glass looking through the exterior doors. Okay, so the garage will be glass panel doors, and the walkthroughs will be solid. Okay. So it depends on the storm shutter. Are you looking at doing like a rolling cover in front of it? So we would probably want to include that, because Mueller is going to need to know how much weight is going to be hanging on their structure. So we'll probably include that just so that they can get some sort of. Are you looking at doing like double panel? Okay. Right, because you've got glass. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'll look into that as well then. All right. So in terms of are you good with kind of where that, we'll call it the hive, I guess is what you were calling it, right? Are you good with the location and size and everything, and all the flow around it? Are you good with all that? Okay. So it really just needs to be close enough. We just want to be sure we have something in place for, and we may even send that to MEP so that we can say, hey, in the future you might be looking to put some air into these spaces and some electrical into these spaces, so that they can plan for that, and that way you won't have to go through the cost of upgrading anything in the process. So, and then I saw in your break space, you just want the lower cabinets, you don't want anything above. Yeah, yeah. Well, it just got the storage space. So, I'm just curious. Are you going to? Do you have colors selected for your metal panels? Uh huh. Dark gray. And then a dark roof. All right. Have you looked through the Mueller catalog to see if there's a particular style of trim around the roof, like the gable trim and things like that, or are you just going to kind of do the standard default? Okay. All right. So I have a 40 by 40 document, like a 40 by 40 picture from Mueller. Yeah. Is that what it is, or was it like more extensive? Yeah. Well, yeah, I think you can go ahead and hold on to that because Mueller's waiting to see what the rest of this building is going to look like before they finish putting that package together. I spent a long time talking with oh, I can't remember his name. Yes, and he's basically waiting to see what we're sending you, and if you're okay with it, I'll include you on the email, but I might just send that package straight over to him once we kind of have what we're planning on doing. So, all right. And the only other thing that I wanted to make sure of, because I think we had it oriented incorrectly at first, the way that we have this building turned, where the slope of the roof is facing the parking lot, are you okay with that? Okay, because originally I had the gable facing the parking lot, which is the way it would typically be, but then I realized that the structure would be right smack in the middle of your garage door. So we turned it, and so you're going to have those downspouts. The gutter downspouts are going to be on the front and the rear of the building. And then the only other thing that I wanted to bring to your attention was if I don't know if you have it in front of you, but on the site plan, you'll note that you only have about 4'7", 4'5" between the property lines and your building, which are okay the way that it is zoned. I don't know if you've asked anyone. So the only stipulation on the zoning that your building is in is that if residential is next door, that you have to have a 20-foot buffer between residential and your building. So you might want to just verify that, hey, if I go in first and someone builds a house next door to us, that's not going to be a problem. Does that make sense? Yeah, and the way it's zoned is you can be right on that property line. It doesn't even matter. But I did notice that you're not going to be able to put your dumpster on the side of the building. It's going to have to be in the back. And I don't know if you're gonna if you're gonna have access to the access to the back for dumpster pickup. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We can do that. I noticed that in your site plan, we had ended up just centering it, but we can move it over. That's not a problem. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit less, but it'll be pretty close. Yeah. All right, so we'll do that as well. All right. I think that's pretty much it. The only other thing that we started looking at the parking. You said that the site plan that you sent us was something that you drew up, or is that something from the civil company doing the utilities? Okay. Okay. So this has already been approved. Okay, so is they approved what I'm looking at right now? Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure because typically the parking spaces are 9 foot wide, so I wasn't sure if that was something that is that an allowance that they're making? It shows 8 foot wide, and I think compact can be either 7 or 8 foot. So it says like 8 foot ADA space. and I just wanted to make sure because it's another one of those things that's not really clear in their documentation. So it can, yeah. We're going to put a note on ours that just says that parking approved by others and or supplied by others, but we want to make sure we're just going to do some due diligence to make sure that it does work, because the whole idea is that the whole thing functions. So we we want to make sure that we want to look out for you, but at the same time we're that wasn't in our scope, but we want to make sure that it works. So I just wanted to check and make sure while I was on that page. Yeah. Okay. Well, and then part of it also is I don't want you to go back and be like, hey, are you sure that 8 foot parking spots are okay? And then they're like, oh no, you're right, we got to change that. So I would say if you've got written confirmation that it's been approved, then we go with what you've got. So, and then excellent. So what we'll do then is we won't even I'm not even gonna put dimensions on ours or anything. I don't think we did. I'm not even gonna label it. I'm just gonna circle it and say parking provided by others, or approved by others. All right. All right. Anything else that we need to go over? Okay. And just so you know, the stuff for the window and that door that were in the schedule below, those won't show up for the Hive, and the shelving as well. So again, that stuff's going to kind of disappear, and it'll just basically show the storage, the restroom, and the break room, the doors. All right. And if you need anything else, let us know. And let us know when you get something from the structural engineer, because that's going to be, that part of the contract is going to be under you. So if we get something from mechanical and structural, if you want to have them send stuff to us, we can kind of put it all in one set, so you don't have to do that. And we'll kind of package everything up and be sure it's coordinated well, and get that out to you. All right. Yep. Thanks a lot. Have a good one, Evan. Bye. Goodness. Curtis, how you doing? Yes, sir. I'm working on it. Schematic. Yes. I sent out schematics Friday. Everyone's happy. We're making a few adjustments to how it's being like use group and things like that, and we should be wrapping that up pretty quickly. No, I haven't. I needed to get with you on that. I'm glad you reminded me of that. So what do I need to send them? Okay, so it needs to be within 15 days. Yes, I do. I can do end of week sometime, probably. What works for you? Okay, that works. I laugh because, you know, it's kind of a good thing. Oh man. Well, if there's anything we can do to help, let us know. Okay. We can do that. That's okay. Yep, it's moving. Yeah, sorry, I haven't been keeping you updated. I'll try to keep do better job on that. Yep. Yep. All right. It's the Godwin building. That's all we've come up with so far. All right. I'll be sure I upload anything to Basecamp. All right. Have a good one. All right. lot 26, block 41. 40, 41, 26. Right. Yeah. Manage massing. Here we go. Property lines. Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I don't have time to fix that. Let's see. I think just change this to south and west. Um, $66, $15.55. Excellent. This should be $53.31. Excellent. Curve table. 23, 24. Let's see. Radius must be greater than half of the chord length. Work, work, work. Work, 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 work. What's up, Big Magic? Radius greater than half the chord length. Okay, well. So this can't be greater than 100. Right? Oop. So now the problem is that this isn't lining up. Hold on a second. Okay, all I've done is made it worse. That's pretty close. All right. That's not the message I was looking for. Huh. So this looks like it's supposed to be a lot closer to here. But there's no indication of where that line is supposed to go. It's a pretty poorly documented plat here. Yeah, see, theirs is pretty far out there too. Not really sure. Christopher Carl here. Just wanted to give you a call. I got that heart, and it looks like it will fit on the site that you sent. It's the plat that you sent is a little. It's tough to know for sure where that curve is going to be, but it looks like it will fit. But if you want to give me a call back and we'll talk about the project, I'll be here at the office. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye. Saw your Bob Ross piece, Big Magic. That was pretty nice. Have you seen the latest Deadpool trailer with Ross Bob art? So I kind of want to. Jeez. I should have kept those other pieces. Okay. This one up here, and let's see what happens when we move this just a little bit further like this. Lovely. See, the issue here is that, see, like here, they give me a length. This is 16 feet from here. So I might be able to, figure that out. Let's see. L15. A. There's no distance here. Oh my god. What is that? 362.19? 63, 62.19 is what we will say it is. It doesn't give me what this dimension right here is. Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh. Let's guess 15 feet. And call this 140 feet even. Excuse me. All right, so now this is the one that's rotated. This is the actual line, okay. Should go right here. Oh my god. Interesting. All right. See if there's anything on Reserve A. Nothing really. Yes, these are the different properties in a neighborhood here, and trying to figure out. It's very poorly drawn, so what I have to do is I have to get this floor plan to fit inside of this area right here, which seems easy, but I also have to do I have to fit it inside of this box. Right here. Which right now it fits, but my concern is that this curve right here is not in the right spot. And it's not in the right spot because this documentation doesn't tell me where this curve hits this line. So I'm trying to recreate this whole thing in order to figure out whether or not, like if I put it closer to where it looks, which is before the midline here, so here's the midpoint. So if I take this and I put it kind of right there, you see it doesn't close. But if I bring it down to close it, it would end up being all the way up here near this edge, which is not how it's shown. So I'm trying to figure out if I can find a way to actually show this. Properly. Like these don't even join, and they should. See, these should join right here. $20 feet. $17 feet. So it's a little bit different there. All right. I don't know that it's much easier. It's drawing lines. How is drawing lines easier in AutoCAD than in Revit? Also, welcome to the show. Hope everyone's doing good. Okay, so what I have now is a point here that I can move this up 16.74 feet. Which this looks correct. So this shows us how far off the plat is. It's pretty sad. Let's see if it makes a difference. And how it fits. New pet, new project. Yeah, this is new project. I'm seeing if it fits on the site, the client. Apparently I can't nudge that. Is it pinned? I don't understand what has happened. That was weird. So it actually fits better if the curve is in the right spot. So I'm betting that the reason that this is so tight is because the person who drew this didn't account for the curve being in the wrong spot. Yep, that's correct. And it actually depends on the unit of what you're typing in. So I have angles here. I'm going to draw some lines so I can copy this out 15.6, right, and then it's 15'6" away. And if I do an angle here, okay, and you can see that that one is minutes, or degrees, foot, minutes. And then I also have whoa, okay, another one that's just degrees. That should just be degrees. There we go. So if I select this and I just type in 62 here, it's just 62 like that. But if I put in 62.5, you can see it converts it automatically. But if I do 62.15.5, it'll do that, and it'll update this just like that. So I'm just going to leave this the way it is. And if you really want your mind blown, it'll actually convert units on the fly as well. So even though my project is in foot and inches, if I type in 500 meters or centimeters, it'll actually convert that into foot and inches for me. So 500 meters, there you go. So it'll actually convert 1500 centimeters into foot and inches for me just by typing in meters, centimeters, millimeters, all that stuff. All right. How long did that take? That was about an hour. That's about right. Yeah, no, the only reason you would do that is if you have like a product that's metric only and you're installing it. I'm gonna put this here. All right. Way to put roof slope instead of converting to angle and putting it on. Not sure I understand what you mean. For annotation or for creating the roof? No, when I create a roof, I put the slope in. Here, let me take care of this real quick. No. When I create a roof, right? So all these have slopes on them, and I just put 912. What it could be is that your it could be that under manage, in here somewhere, project units, probably under slope, this has been changed to degrees, in which case it'll show up as degrees there. But I think if you actually even put it here, 9 inches over 12 inches, it'll convert it automatically. 10 inches over 12 inches, 12 inches over 12 inches. Yeah, so you could actually just type it in. But in your project units, if you change slope to a ratio rise over 12 inches or rise over 1,000 millimeters or whatever you do, then it'll show up correctly here as well. And then it'll work. That's good to know, though, actually. I hadn't thought about using the unit conversion like that in there. So I'm going to whoa. Write another quick email. Meets and bounds, is that right? Insert picture. How big is that gap? 8 foot. Wow. All right. I gotta do some quick IT stuff real quick, so I'll be right back.
This is maybe more of a boys' moment.
Buy the latest live sports and entertainment events from PlayStation Store and watch from your PS4 console.
PlayStation.
Chili's made some major fajita improvements. We added 48% more chicken and steak. We threw in red peppers, rice, and beans. And then we sizzle them right to your table. Everyone gets hungry when they sizzle by. 48% more chicken and steak. Your fajita dreams are about to come true. And all of it's yours for just $10.99. More chicken and steak for just $10.99. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
You'll need to try at least. Oh. Spatial separation sheet. I don't know what a spatial separation sheet is, so I can't tell you that. Listed design or description. Not sure what that is, to be honest. Oh, I forgot to spam on streaming. And it's time to chat. Be right back. It's in new construction.
You put that in existing?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, oh, you can't see me, can you? That's okay. So then what you do is you're going to go up to, what is it? Massing and site, I believe.
Okay.
And if you do graded region, so what you want to do here is you want to create a new topo surface exactly like the existing one. Right, and now you should have a topography in existing and a topography in new construction.
Okay. Now if I pick this one.
See, that one's in new construction.
Yeah.
So what you do now is you edit your topo using your points to change the grade, and you'll get existing lines and new lines. And you'll even be able to do like a cut fill. You see how down on the left in your properties you get fill and cut parameters as well. So it'll calculate how much fill and cut you do between those two topographies.
Okay.
And that's how you do it.
Very cool. So on these, I can just move these points down?
So what I would actually do is, if you know what you're going to, you're basically going to grade around the house, right?
Correct.
So I would just delete the points that are in the house and place new points around. You don't even have to use the existing points. It'll calculate it based on the difference in the points.
Oh, okay.
So you can literally just get rid of any of the points that are inside the house and then regrade. Now you want to be sure you know what those heights are. So you want to jot those down before you delete them.
Okay.
And put your new points. What I usually do is I start tracing around the foundation. Whatever the distance below the grade or below the slab the grade's going to be, and that's usually a good starting point. You can go out from the building from there.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yes, that helps me.
Cool. So I just
why are you always sick?
I don't, because I have 2 kids. I don't know, man. I was just thinking the same thing, and the holiday season is horrible for me. I don't know. I think it's a combination of allergies and having 2 kids that are just bringing stuff home.
So do you
Hey, there's Curtis.
you have cedar fever?
What's that?
You suffer from cedar?
No, I think it's just all the ragweed and stuff that blooms down here all year long.
So we're coming into the cedar season, so everyone is.
Oh yeah. I don't know. It could be. We don't have. I guess we do have some cedars here. Not a ton though. So. Yeah, I was just talking to Curtis. He was talking about a commercial project that might be coming through our office next week.
Which one's that?
He didn't say.
I think he might have you working on the convenience store.
Whatever happened with those little pillbox gas stations? Is that still in the works, or is that kind of fallen off?
Dead. It's dead.
Dead?
We did get paid, yeah.
Oh, good. Well, that stinks. That was the whole reason I was getting my license.
Oh, that's silly.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. All right. Well, do you need anything else?
I think think that's it.
Cool. I'm trying to make up for lost time yesterday, so I don't want to be short, but I need to be short.
Yeah, and I've got Courtney working on that stuff, and
Yep, she's on it right now. We're trying to get her to where she can print PDFs. It's like her profile is locked down so tight that she can't even print PDFs.
why?
I don't know. I've been working with Nick on it, and we might have gotten it fixed, but like she couldn't install new fonts. We couldn't do like updates on her drivers or anything like that. So we're gonna see if whatever Nick just did fixes it. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'd like to. I may have some other stuff for her after that one that she's working. So
Right.
we're, unless you've got a bunch of stuff for her to do, I can keep her busy.
We did get a new custom from Christopher that we're going to work on, but we're through the rash of plan changes that he has sent us, so
Okay.
we're kind of opening back up, and I need to get out and get some new work.
Well, before you do that, we've got too much here that
Okay,
we don't have the personnel to produce everything.
so I'll go out and get not as much work, but continue getting our name out there so that when we finish your pile, we still have stuff to work on.
We had this meeting this morning about how the heck are we going to get all of this stuff done.
Okay, well let's get it out then.
Yeah.
So we've got Frampton House and the Godwin building, which are Godwin's probably going to be finished up this week. Frampton's pretty close to being done, and then the only real thing we have left after that is the Czech residence.
If you could take a project that you're familiar with, I need the entire engineering package done on Kearney.
Cool. Okay.
And the engineering is our downfall right now. We've got so much engineering to do that it's.
Well, that'll be good for me because I haven't done an engineering package for you guys, so that'll be.
We need framing plans. We need wall bracing. We need engineered foundation.
So, and do you have time to give me a quick rundown of how that coordination works with Ron, or is it how much of it do I do up front, and how much of it do we get back from Ron?
We do all of it up front.
Okay.
Then Ron tells us what to change.
Okay.
I wish I had something easier for you.
No, that'll be fine. My only concern is that, I'll probably won't get a lot of the sizing right on a lot of the stuff, but I'll look at some other stuff and base it on that.
Yep.
And I'll get as close as I can to it.
Okay.
Do you have another project that I should look at for reference that's similar to Cherney?
All of that boardwalk stuff, I'm trying to think of a project that we just finished. You know what? When Chase comes in, he's been coming in early. I'm gonna have him get with you and
Yeah.
put together a game plan on that, and I'll have him produce a go-by project for you on that.
Sounds good.
I think that's the best way to do that.
That sounds like a game plan.
Very good. Okay.
Do you want me to go ahead and put that on my plate, or do you want me to wait? Is that the official go ahead on that?
I don't want you to start that till after you talk to Chase.
Right. Yeah. No, I won't jump on it right now, but
Put that on your plate.
okay.
And honestly, I really need that by Friday. So, to clarify, a lot of that stuff is done already. We just
Gotcha.
have to modify it. to the current plan. So I don't think it's a start over type of thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll figure something out.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, great. So we'll take it from there, and then we'll try to knock this stuff out.
Did you give Courtney an idea of when you were looking to get that stuff back for price?
So I just met with them the day before I gave it to her, so we've got some time on that.
Okay.
Didn't give her anything that was time sensitive.
All right. Anything in particular you want me to kind of look over with her?
Now, if you want to review the electrical plans with her, I don't know
Okay.
how much that is, but
Sounds good.
I'll put it out there if you've got any questions. You
Yeah. Yeah.
can. All right.
All right. Well, have a good one. I'll talk to you later.
Appreciate your help.
Yep. Bye. Is it? Excellent day.
I do have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
On the room showing multiple bedrooms. I checked the double amount of rooms
Uh-huh.
on the floor plan, but I don't see.
Let me hold on just a minute and I'll come take a look. audio should be fixed also. Shouldn't be getting the high-pitched noise anymore, which is good. You said that that did work, right?
Yeah.
This is Project North. And if I do North, that way. I mean, really, I want this to be 0. Be right back. Someone's here. Enjoy some music. probably have to take a quick break. And I don't know how long it's going to be. So maybe after lunch, actually, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take a break. And be back after lunch. So, talk to you soon.